If I'm doing 1% better every day towards what it is that I say I'm going to do, then I feel like that is a win in itself. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hadra, and for the month of July, I have taken on I guess essentially 30-day challenge to get my life together. The last video I uploaded, I kind of went over the details of this challenge, and I don't even want to call it a challenge. I kind of want to call it a lifestyle change because that's what it is. I chose 6 habits that I want to work on for the month of July and beyond. Basically just getting it established in the month of July because, you know, it takes 30 days to form a habit. This is my first week 1 check-in. Honestly, it took me a minute to kind of build up the goals to film this video because, in all honesty, it has been a tough first week. And I say it's been a tough first week because, as I mentioned very briefly in my initial video talking about this challenge, I have quit some habits, and in quitting them, I wanted to replace them with, you know, better habits. Like, when you're quitting a bad habit, that in itself is one thing, and then when you're picking up new habits, that in itself is another. So doing both at the same time just kind of puts you in this place where you're exiting and entering at the same time. I feel very vulnerable because I want to hold myself to a high standard. I want to be successful at executing all the goals that I have and just entering this new era of my life. But to be perfectly honest, I just want to cry. I want to cry because change is hard, and like, I told myself initially that I wasn't going to be super hard on myself and that I was just going to, like, you know, take it day by day and do the best that I can. Like, not every single day was I practicing all 6 of my habits. They're kind of broken up throughout the weeks on certain days. Changing your life is hard. It's hard, and I didn't expect it to be easy. I just didn't expect to feel so emotional because I'm feeling so much right now, and it honestly is confusing because it's hard to kind of put a name on what it is that I'm feeling. It's like restless, a little discontent, but then I kind of start to berate myself, like, why are you discontent? You're kind of living in an answered prayer already, and you're just trying to build on that. I don't want to minimize how I feel just because, you know, my life isn't in shambles, like visually or like in any other aspect other than how I feel. I want to be consistent, I want to be better, and I want to reach new levels, which is why I'm working on improving myself. It's just, it feels kind of like a little sad, genuinely, like a death of self, if you will, like a death of the way that I used to be and the things that I used to do and how I used to think. And like, embarking on this new path, it just feels like I'm looking forward and looking back at the same time, like, okay, that's where I used to be. I no longer want to be there, but I know what's there. Because I know what's there, it feels more secure and welcoming than the unknown, which is forward. And can we take a moment to highlight the huge responsibility and the huge amount of pressure it is on yourself to show up as your best self? Like I want to cry just thinking about it, but you know, you have to build a confidence in yourself to be able to do the things that you need to do in order to be successful. And when you do not build that confidence, you literally don't feel like you can achieve what it is that you're setting out to achieve. It's been a really interesting first week trying to be this new version of myself. And it's not even like I'm trying to be a different person. I'm just trying to be a better person, a better me that I feel proud to be. And you know how they say when you just have to start showing up as the person you want to be. That's literally it. I'm trying to show up as the person that I want to be, like the me in the future who's successful in all the ways that I aim to be successful. What is she doing? You know, what habits does she have? What does her life look like? You know, and that's what I'm trying to do, bring those qualities that are way up there in the future into my now, so that, like, I'm not just looking around like waiting to be. you know? And it's a lot of action, it's a lot of doing. And like, I'm a person that I can get super caught up in my head. I can think about something, I can overthink about something. And what I found is that in order for me to stop feeling like how I'm feeling right now, I found that the best way to not feel this is to bridge the gap between thinking and doing. And bridging that gap kind of takes away my opportunity to sit and overthink and like kind of put myself in a slump, and it gets me moving and it gets my attention focused on action and producing, which like shifts my energy a lot. Like even sitting here and doing this and filming it, even though like within the first 5 minutes of doing this, I still don't feel like doing it, but the feeling is in my back pocket and I'm actually sitting here doing it. Just to kind of recap on the goals that I set for myself and like how I kind of wanted to lay everything out this month. I gave myself 6 goals. I wanted to establish a morning and night routine for the first week of July. Have I accomplished this? No. I do not make my bed every day. I do actually have a night routine. Actually, I take that back. I have a night. Whoa. I just realized. Okay. This might be good. Okay, I'm waking up a little bit. So, I do have a night routine. So every night I shut down the kitchen. I like clean the kitchen. I drink my cup of tea. I journal, and I plan for the next day. I didn't even realize I've been doing that, but I have. And it feels great to say that I do that. I don't do a morning routine though, only because I feel like it just hasn't been something that I've like started yet. But yeah, I do a night routine. So that goal, that I do, okay, that I do. And then included in that, like I said, I do a journal entry at nighttime within my night routine. That in itself was a separate goal, and I found that like it's something that even if I don't have a lot to say when I journal, like just writing out whatever it is that's popping into my head. Yesterday's journal entry, like I couldn't even like really verbalize how I was feeling. I just kind of felt like ick. And I was just like, this is stupid. This is a really stupid fucking journal entry. But I just kind of wrote that sentence, that feeling, that thought out, and it became a whole entry in itself. So yeah, my third goal was to work out every day. That I do not do, and I'm not trying to beat myself up about it, because like I said, I'm trying to get 1% better every day. So even if I don't do every single goal that I want to do every single day, then if I can at least do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, whatever the case is, as long as I'm doing something to improve myself and to get closer to being that version of myself that I aspire to be, I will take that as a win. Genuinely, I will take it as a win. And I don't want to ever look at what I haven't done and have that define me. I'd rather do and look at what is done. My 4th goal was to do daily Quran reading / practice, and that I can say I have been doing, and honestly it's been really like good so far, like practicing it. And you know, it just has me repeating Quran out loud all day, and like I'm memorizing Surah Al-Kahf, and I think I've gotten up to the 6th ayah, and yeah, it feels really good. I've always loved repetition, and like that in itself just feels like it kind of satisfies that spiritual like it satisfies my spiritual need, like if that makes sense. Like I feel closer to my creator doing that. Yeah, the 6th one was content creation, planning, scheduling, all that stuff. I do not do that, but I will say, because I wrote it down as a goal, it is now in the forefront of my mind. Even though I'm not following a strict schedule, I have noticed that I posted more on my business pages, and my post on my business pages generate sales whenever I do. So there's been improvement, there's been progress. And it only took me sitting down here to make this video for me to really realize that, because sitting down I was just like, what am I going to really update? Like I don't feel like I've checked off all the things that I said I wanted to do, maybe like 2%. But again, if I'm doing 1% better every day towards what it is that I say I'm going to do, then I feel like that is a win in itself versus trying to look at what I didn't do and then feel really shitty about it. I did say that I was going to put stickers on the days that I kind of accomplished all the goals. If I look back at my book, at my planner, I have not done stickers because, like I said, it took me sitting down here and going over all the things that I was supposed to have done and not feeling like I did enough, but realizing that I did more than I actually thought I did. I don't know. These are the stickers that I was supposed to put on there too. Like, the package isn't even open. This is only the first week of July, so I'm really hopeful that by the end of July, it's just different. Genuinely, it's just different. And like, change doesn't happen overnight, but it definitely is uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable, and it's really like, it's almost sad in a way to feel yourself changing. Like, you're excited for the future, you're excited for what's to come, you're excited for the better that you're aspiring to, but it's also like you're still who you are and you're still trying to grow out of who you used to be and what you used to do that wasn't good for you. And to live so many different facets of yourself is like, it's a lot to process. I actually tried to sign up for therapy a couple days ago just because I felt like maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need like a therapist to help me through this process, or like, but my insurance wasn't accepted. Literally spent like 20 minutes choosing a therapist. Like, and options are hard. Like, options are so hard for me. But I spent so long choosing a therapist. I'm reading all the bios. I'm going through like background information. I even like Googled a couple people that I thought would be like, okay, they sound like good options, only for me to get all the way to the end. And they're like, oh, put in your insurance information. I put in all my insurance information and they're like, oh, we don't accept your insurance. Why did I do that? I need a therapist now even more for the trauma of like getting rejected from getting therapy. America's so weird. They always talk about mental health this, mental health that, mental health this, mental health that. Why aren't mental health services available for free? Right? And then I went to they had choose an out-of-pocket option. So I go to choose the out-of-pocket option because I'm like, okay, maybe like I could pay for it out $250. $250? Like, I feel like the first session of therapy should be free. Genuinely. Like, I feel like it should be free because why am I paying? Because mind you, I've been in therapy multiple times before in the past, and I can't tell you how many times I've had to like fire my therapist because we just weren't a good match. So I'm paying $250 out of pocket for a potential mismatch of a therapist. Like, I need a free session to know if we vibe before I start giving you my monies and my trauma. Yeah, that's my week 1 update for my July change your life challenge. I don't know. It's not a challenge anymore because it is challenging. I feel like this is a lifestyle change. And this week, I'm moving a little bit more confidently than the first week. The first week, I feel like I had high hopes. And now that I've kind of gotten a feel for what it looks like to try to do all these new habits, I can kind of plan better and be more effective in my execution. I don't want to say this first week was a flop. If anything, sitting here reflecting on it really kind of showed me that it's hard, it's challenging. I really feel like crap sometimes, especially with just operating differently and it being so fresh. But it's okay. And I feel like if you're someone who's watching this and you're kind of like thinking of changing your life and moving differently and bringing in new habits and just operating differently, it's hard as fuck. It's hard. It's mentally draining. And this is just the first week. So it gets better. And I honestly urge you to sit and reflect and go over what it is that you've done and how far you've come and analyze where you could improve and things like that, because I feel like that's what this video is doing for me. Next week, I hope to have an even better update. Hopefully, maybe I can find a therapist by then, because I genuinely think having a therapist through this process could be really helpful for me. Honestly, too, I think maybe I need to change like how I use social media. I feel better when I create versus consume. And this week, I've also been consuming a lot more social media. When you consume too much of other people's lives, you just start to know too much about random ass people. So consuming less social media is healthy for me, and I think that's how I'm going to move forward with this week. But yeah, I feel so much better at the end of this video than I did when I first freaking started at. That kind of says something. I didn't even want to sit down and film this video, but my energy, like I said, bridging the gap between thinking and doing changes your life. Like, genuinely, it changes your life. When I sat down, I felt absolutely crap. I wanted to cry. Like, genuinely, I don't know if you could tell. I wanted to sit here and cry. I had no direct reason why I wanted to sit here and just bawl my eyes out, but that's just how I felt. But now I feel okay. I feel good. I feel pretty stable. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you maybe kind of took something from it. I kind of felt like I was rambling a lot, but that's what I do. Okay, I ramble. That's why I have a YouTube channel. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to catch you in the next update. Thanks for watching. Bye.